Hello everyone, welcome to the third week of the sports administration course. In these videos, I'm going to do two things. First of all, I'm going to help you to review what we learned last week. And the second part of the video, I will let you know what you need to complete for this week. So last week, we basically talking about three topics. The first topic we covered last week was or help you to review some of the management theories. So we were mainly talking about four management theories. Scientific management theories, which is also being called Taylorisms. And the second theories we reviewed last week was bureaucratic management theories. And the third theories we reviewed was the human relations theories. And the last theories we reviewed was a system approach. Right. And then we also talk about strategic planning process. We talk about 4 steps to develop a strategic plan. And the first step is we need to go and develop vision, mission, and value statement. And then we need to go and identify the goals and objectives. Goal and objective need to be related. Goal need to be qualified, and objective need to be quantified. And then we have to go and develop strategies. Right, strategies including 2 parts. The first part is called implementation strategies. Right, so basically to explain how you'll be able to achieve the goal and objective you develop. And the second strategies has been called control strategy. Is how you're able to understand whether you have achieved this goal. How you're going to guarantee that you'll be able to achieve the goal and objective you develop. The last step is evaluations. So evaluation process is to help you understand whether you have achieved the goals and objective you developed. Okay, so that's the second topic we talked about. The third topic we talked about last week was strategic management, right? We talked about 3 levels of strategic management, right? And so I'll also give you some example, let you know about what different levels are, right? So first of all, I would like to help you to review the quiz we did last week. So the quiz 2, I think most of students did a pretty good job. You can see average score is 78%. So majority of students understand the quiz really well. Some students might have some questions. So let's go over those questions one by one. The first questions, right, is talking about the organizational chart reflect what attribute of the organizations, right? And organizational chart reflect division of labor in hierarchies of authorities, right? Think about this organizational chart, right? So they talk about what positions the organizations has, and also they talk about the relationship between different positions. So who do you report to who? So they basically show the hierarchies of authorities, right? They also show the division of labor, let you know which department do you belong to. Right, so what job responsibility does these positions need to do, right? So so this is the first question. Second question, which statement define what the organization to guide decision makings and also provide a standards for employee to judge the violations, right? So obviously it's a value statements, right? We talked about 3 statements last week. Mission statements is to describe who you are, what you do as an organization. Like vision statement is let people know what the organization will become in the future. Right? Value statement is basically show the basic principle all the employee have to follow. Right? So when we try to make the decision, so we need to go and think about what are the value for the organization. So we have to make sure all the decision we make following these values we develop for the organization. Okay. Third question, they say a coach email his athletes and let them know that he will organize a pizza party if they're able to keep the GPA above 3.0 this semester, and the example explain which management theory we discussed in the class. Right, we talk about 4 management theories. Right, so these example, the correct answers are scientific management theories. Right, so because in the scientific management theories, we mentioned about one thing is for all the manager, right? So the theories develops belief all the managers, the most important thing for them is they worry, they concern about the productivities, right? To encourage people to improve their productivities, right? So they always encourage the manager can provide some economic reward. So in this example, the coach hope the athletes could have a great performance in the class, right? So to encourage them to achieve this goal, they would like to organize a pizza party. It's kind of like an economic reward, right? So this is question number 3. Question number 4, they say David's company is looking for a new digital coordinators. He hoped the new hire could have a good communication skill and also have the experience in using the social medias. His niece Amy is interested in this position but have never worked as a communication professional. Her experience with social media is for personal rather than business use. Based on the theory developed by Max Weber, Amy will have to do what, right? So first of all, you need to know Max Weber is the pioneer for developing the bureaucratic management theories, right? Bureaucratic management theories emphasize 6 basic principles. So one of the the first principle is called task specifications, right? And the principle also include that they would like to have a formal selection. So basically, the principle mentioned for all the manager, when you're hiring people, you need hiring people based on their qualification, not based on your relationship with them. So think about if based on the theories developed by Max Weber, so Amy will have to follow the formal selection and training process in order to be selected by the organization, right? So this is a correct answer. We see 90% of students answer that question correctly. So next question talk about the local recreation center run by volunteers. These volunteers tend to flock to whatever project was exciting at that time. So there's no consequence to volunteer in switching the projects. There's no control over the quality of the work, right? So basically, it's completely disorganized and very out of control, right? So for this case, they say the recreation centers might benefit from what? The answer is also bureaucratic management, right? Because bureaucratic management does emphasize that for all the managers, we have to follow these 6 principles. One of the principles is a task specifications. Everyone needs to understand what they need to do, right? So this is the one thing, right? So also they emphasize people need to have a hierarchical relationship between employer and employees. So right, that was also easier for people to develop their business. So the answer is a bureaucratic management. Next questions. So this NBA Indiana Pacers sales team has 7 members, 3 of them responsible for group sales and 4 of them responsible with selling tickets to the individual customers. Which management theories can explain it and why? Right, the answer is also bureaucratic management, right? Why is bureaucratic management? So from this example, they let you know everyone have a clear understanding what they need to do. So they have a task specification, right? Which is the first principle when we discuss the bureaucratic management theories, right? So this is the question 6. Question 7. So based on the principle we discussed, please create a vision statement and mission statement for the MLB Chicago White Sox. Right, so for this question, I think most of the students understand how to create a vision statement and mission statement. Right, still try to emphasize something like for a vision statement, normally use 1 sentence. Right, create a vision statement, 1 to 2 sentences, not more than 2 sentences. Some students create a very long vision statement, which not follow the principle we discussed in the class. So for the vision statement, I hope that all the statement you create for the vision statement need to be brief statements. Straightforward, describe what the organization will become in the future, right? This statement normally is a vague statement. It's a kind of broad statement because we talk about vision statements. It's going to be there for a very long period of time. We're unlikely for that to change. So when I was grading your answer, I found out some students giving a very specific goal that you want to achieve. For instance, some students mentioned about in the next 5 years, the MLB Chicago White Sox will like to win the World Series, blah, 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 right? So this is not quite like a good vision statement, because we talk about for the vision statements is we would like to develop a statement that we can use for a very long period of time. So you're not going to set the time frame for what the organization try to achieve, right? So you can give a broad statement. They say MLB Chicago White Sox, we would like to be the best professional baseball organizations in the countries, right? So this is kind of like a broad statements. You can use this statement for a very long period of times, right? And the second thing is about mission statement. Mission statement we talk about is normally 2 to 3 sentences. Sometimes you can write 4 sentences. For the mission statement, you have to describe who you are, what you do as an organization, and what you try to achieve as an organization, right? You can talk about the MLB Chicago White Sox is a professional baseball organization that based in Chicago, founded in what year, right? The goal for the Chicago White Sox is to provide the best sports and entertainment to the greater Chicago area, right? So, and also you can talk about how the Chicago White Sox would like to commit to local communities, right? Or being responsible for promoting the baseball in the area, right? So that could be something you can consider to include in the mission statement. So to understand mission statement is very important for the first half of the semester, because the midterm exam that you guys will be taking in weeks A, and also the first major assignment you guys will be doing. So you all need to create a vision and mission statement. So you do need to understand the differences between the vision and mission statement, and also need to understand how to create one based on the principle that we discussed in this class. Okay, so this is the first quiz. As I say, most of students did a fantastic job. Average is 78, which is pretty good score for me. Okay, let's look at what we need to do for week 3. Okay, for week 3, we're going to talk about organizational theories and functions. So we're going to talk about 4 topics. First topics, we're going to look at 3 organizational theory, which are institutional theories. We'll talk about 3 types of Stitch Alliance, which is include joint venture, consortiums, and collaborations. And also we talk about network theories. For the institutional theories, we talk about basically try to explain why the organization look very similar in nowadays. So why no one would like to initiate some creative strategies to make themselves different from other business. So these are 3 theories we're gonna look at in this week. And then we'll talk about organizing functions. We're gonna introduce some of the concepts here. And then we'll talk a little bit about how we are able to develop an organizational chart. And last one is we're gonna talk a little bit about the departmentalizations. Okay, so this is the topic we're gonna cover for week 3. For the reading, there are 2 readings I want you to read. First of all, I want you to go and watch this video. Complete this reading. Click the link here, and then you can download the reading. You can read it. So this reading is related to organization theory, which is the first topic we covered in this class. Second is the textbook. Click on the textbook page 122 and to 142. So they give you more idea about the other topics. So there are a couple of videos that I hope you can watch. And first of all, I want you to watch Nike strategies, about 20-minute video. Make sure to watch these videos. Take some notes when you're watching this video, because it's very important, kind of related to the quizzes you'll be doing for this week. And also 2 lecture videos here. And also these are the lecture notes. When you watch these videos, you can go and click on the lecture notes. Use the lecture notes when you're watching these videos. 2 assignments that you need to complete for this week. First thing is you need to complete quiz 3, which counted for 20 points, right? 20 points. So the due date is Wednesday, September 2nd, right? And before working on quiz 3, I would like to remind you, you will have to watch Nike strategy, this video first. A lot of questions from quiz 3 are actually coming from Nike strategies videos. If you watch this video, you should be very confident when you're taking that quiz. And then let's talk about the online discussion in this class, right? Online discussion for this week, you're gonna complete an online discussion called Organizing Departments. So I give you a scenario. They say you're currently Assistant Athletic Director for Sports Informations Departments, right? Your main duty is to document and publicize the accomplishment of the athletes and the teams for the athletic departments, right? You also work as liaison between school and local and national media. So you need to make sure all the reporters and other stakeholders such as fans and local community get the most updates information about the athletic departments and their teams. Right, the athletic department is currently giving you a position that next year you'll be able to hire 2 people. So you can add 2 positions, one position related to social media, one related to website design. So the new position will be added to your staff. So you currently have 5 staff. All the 5 staff, they all have their own responsibilities. And then you also can hire 2 new GA next year to help you with the daily operations. So this GA will be part-time employees. So please answer these following questions. So how should Gail reorganize their department since you're going to have 2 new employees and 2 new GAs? Right? If you were Gail, how will you maybe change the current job responsibilities and make it more efficient? Which duty and responsibilities might the new members take over? Briefly explains your expectation for these 2 new employees and how they are able to help you achieve your strategic goal as a department. Right, so click on the links here and you should be able to see what the current organizational chart for this department, so what the positions looks like. So you can make some changes and you can just complete it and submit it here. For this online discussion, so there are 2 due days. Tuesday, then you will have to share your answers with us. Tuesday at midnight. And Thursday at midnight is the time, is the due date for you to respond to another 2 students' answers. So you need to go and share your answers first, and then you're going to interact with other students, right? So this is the assignment for week 3. Basically, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you have things to do. Right, Tuesday discussion, Wednesday quizzes, and Thursday also the discussions. Right, if you have any questions about the online discussions and also organizational theories and also anything related to this course, don't hesitate to reach out to me and show me an email and let me know about your question and your concerns. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you have a wonderful week. Staying safe, being well over there, and I will see you guys next time.